for coming back to the channel, guys. So we are back with another video, and this is going to be about long term versus short term in trading. Long term entries, long term position versus short term position or short term trends in the trading world. So without wasting any time, let's jump right into it, guys. So what are we going to talk about in this video? We're going to talk about how to trade both long term and short term in your entries, and what are the benefits, what are the pros and cons. So without wasting any time, let's start right away. We're going to be using GBP AUD for our chart. As you can see, this is going to be our example we are talking about. So as you can see here, we have a couple of trends that are there in the market. We have this impulse move to the upward side. We have a little bit of a trend channel range in the downward side. It's a short term, something like a week to two, and we have another long term here, which is something like 5 to 6 weeks, a long term upward trend, and we're looking at a break and retest of this, and we have another full month right there, beginning of September to end of the entire September has a huge impulse downward trend. Now how are we going to be trading long term and short term at the same time, and we profit from both? So let's go. You are an intraday trader who has a small account. Let's start from someone who has $1,000, someone who has $500. There is no problem. Everyone starts at a certain point, and there is no issue or shame in it. Even though you have 100K on your account or you have 10,000, it's all the same. If you implement the right strategies, you will reach your trading journey, your trading goals, and you will enjoy the journey. This is not fun time. It means this is real work. We are not always here in the trading journey to enjoy work. We are here to do exactly all the trading plans and discipline. Follow everything. You will enjoy when you're off the charts. So this is serious business, guys. Now, for example, we have had a market structure right there that created a pure good legit trend, and it broke and retested above the trend. Now let's say this was our demand zone right there. As you can see, this was our demand zone, and price retests on that demand zone, and you see that pin bar forming on the 4-hour chart. It means this is your cue to enter the market with a small risk, and you try to target a big move. Now let's say you enter one position right here, and this is your position, and you're trying to target the recent resistance in the market. Now this means this is going to be a short-term position, and it's just 2 candles on the 4-hour chart. So this is the same day. If not, it's the same session, which will be Asia or London session early in the morning that day. There was that move. Now how do you target a long term? Now this was a range and a break and retest to the upward side, but it is still an upward trend, right? Now here you open 2 positions always. Every time you are in a position like this, which is a turning point in the market, you open 2 positions. At every turning point, you open 2 positions. Now these 2 positions, one you will close it right away, and the next position you open, you leave it to run until there is a fundamental change in the market. Now you open this position and you let it run. There is no take profit. You let it run until there is a fundamental change in the market. Now here you can see how price starts to break. Let's see here. Price starts to break the resistance. Price breaks resistance number 1, and as long as price is above this resistance, do not close the trade. As long as price is above this resistance, do not close. And every new resistance that is formed, you keep tab on that resistance. Now as soon as this is broken, you wait and see how market reacts around that zone. Do not close until the market comes back below this. Now if this is if the new resistance right here is broken, now you move your stop loss. You move your stop loss from here to exactly here. Now this becomes your new stop loss. That is how you trade to follow a big trend. Now resistance is broken, number one. Let's say resistance number one here is broken. Resistance number one is broken. And we are looking at resistance number two right here is broken. Resistance number two is broken. We are looking at resistance number three right here is broken. We are looking at resistance number four right here is broken also. Number four is broken. Resistance one, resistance two, resistance three, resistance four. All this resistance keeps keep being broken to the upward side, which shows you that this is a huge trend moving to the upward side. Now if you have this entry was at the turning point of the market from a downward to an upward, and it was a short downward trend because we are still in a huge upward trend in the general picture. Now this was a continuation, and you open a position right there. Now you keep the position open as long as the resistance is being broken. You keep the position open. As long as the resistance is being broken, you keep the position open. And at the end, you see how, and we have another one here. I forgot to label this one. This is number 5. That is resistance number 5. Now, what are we looking at here? We are looking at the resistance number 5, price breaking the trend line. This is where price broke the trend line. Now, this is where you close the trade. Now, it means this trade could have run until somewhere around here, right there. This trade, the long-term trade, would have run from here up to exactly here. We would have closed the trade. Let's put an ellipse here. Would have closed the trade right there. Now, what is the risk to reward? The risk to reward, as you can see, is 7.9. And what is the risk to reward of this? Is 2. Now, this is going to run risk-free, and this will run with a risk. Now, these two scenarios will try to explain to you how you can catch such a move at zero risk. At a turning point of a market structure, you open 2 positions, you close one when it hits your immediate take profit, and you leave the rest running with zero risk. Now that will always help you. You don't open such a position every time. You open it only at turning points. Okay, for example, let's look at what other turning point can you open such a position. So we had this, and let's say this was broken. Now if this is broken, this trend line is broken, it means we might get a turning point. So at the break of the trend line, it becomes a resistance in the future. Now this trend line became a this break became a resistance here, and this was the turning point. This was the turning point. This is where you open a position. This is where we open 2 short positions, and the first position will be the immediate support, which means this will be filled right here, and the second position we open at this point will be open and no take profit. Now you will have to draw a trend line from this turning point and wait and see when it is broken. Now here it is broken and retested with a weak 4-hour candle and a rejection, 4-hour pin bar, which shows you it's a continuation. You would even have kept your position either closed or open at this point. But let's see how the market looks like when you close from here. So when you close from here, where the trend breaks from, you have a 1 to 5 risk to reward, and here you have a 1 to 1.6. Now this kind of positions are very few in the market. This kind of opportunities comes mostly it comes once a month or once in 2 months. If you miss it, you have to be patient and wait for another opportunity. So that is how you take long-term trades and short-term trades again at the same time, any point in the market. You have to wait for those turning point in the market before you open such a position, because you open this position once every month at the right time, once a month or once every 2 months. So you have to be really good at doing your analysis, and this is going to be a game changer in your trading journey. As soon as you understand how this works, everything will change for you in your trading journey. So you will thank me later. Thanks for watching, guys, and keep it.